so much for clicking on to my live. Welcome, ladies, divine feminines, dark feminines, light feminines, and all of my haters that decided to tune in. You're getting me paid, haters. One day I'm gonna let the comments go and just like let everybody talk. Not tonight, though. We're going to do a general collective energy reading. Not every reading is going to resonate with everyone. Please take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. Let's call on the divine. Divine, please guide me and protect me as I dive into this collective energy. Please give me clear and concise and precise messages. Let me know what's going on in this collective energy. What do we need to know of? What do we need to be aware of here? I do feel somebody wanting a love message. I do need to do some more love messages. The energy that's coming in now, though, is that of somebody that's angry that you won't explain yourself. Some of this could be lover energy here, but other of this is people who feel like you just up and left and like, like they didn't count. They feel like your old life was like imaginary here. And also, people want you to explain yourself so they know what angle to come at, how to attack here, and like what's important to you, where your state of mind is at. They want to, like, especially if you left something behind, they want to know if you regret leaving that relationship, if you regret leaving that job. Do you have enough money to make it till you get to the next job? What's your next move here? These people want to know intricate things so that they could mentally, like, get off to your life, your distress here. But you guys aren't showing any signs of distress, and you guys aren't just opening up like to anybody. They're like, okay, like, did that hurt your feelings? With like, what made you leave? Like, was it this or was it that? Was it Sally? Did Sally insulting, your hair that day made you quit the job? Or what was it? Like, was it cheating? Because some of them even intend to like gaslight you, belittle your emotions too, because they're like, that's just cheating. Because some people want to pull you into something they know is toxic, deeply toxic for you, deeply toxic for like many people there. But it's like them seeing you happy and just moving on like nothing happened is like, it's almost like they feel like you're gaslighting them. Like you're trying to make them crazy here. There's people who, I don't know. So there is people who feel like they love you, but these people are creepy and they're overly invasive. Like, these people too have like an inappropriate amount of closeness to your life and theirs. I feel like a lot of you guys have been cleansing and cord cutting from this energy for a while, because you could still feel people entitled to your space and trying to do it with like honey. I kept seeing a lot of things covered in honey today. Like somebody covered a wagyu steak in honey. I seen like aged salmon, like, in like maple syrup. It was like just a lot of honey stuff. And I was putting up the fly trap. Luckily, it got my little fly, and that was trying to bother me since I've been here. And I'm like, this is like honey. Is this made of? I resisted tasting it. Like, like, I'm not gonna lie, I did. Like, if I was a kid, like, I would have, or like even maybe like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I might have, but I'm like, no. If this is honey, it probably has poison in it to kill the flies, and that's what I feel like you might be, honey that has poison in it to kill the flies. But these are also other people, honey with poison in it to like kill the flies here. It's like this energy wants to come in. No, I'm just concerned. I really loved you at that job, and you're here and everything and whatnot. So are you making the same income at your new job? Like, it's like weird, like, yo, and then it's like this energy is so weird because I feel like it's making a lot of you guys chillingly realize how obsessed with you people get. And a lot of chosen ones, they don't be feeling like they're that attractive to have people obsess over them. But when I sat there, like, because I got into an incident in which I had to use a weapon, and whatnot, but I ended up getting in trouble. I'm not even going to bring up all the details. All I'm going to say is that I ended up in like a class with a good mixture of people who, they concluded was the good people here. And we were talking about like misanthropy and how all of us like attracted flies with our honey, and why people come at certain people here. And the funniest thing about us is that we all look different. Like none of us look the same. We weren't all women, but I could almost see the appeal in everybody's eyes. There were men there too, but the men there, white, black, or indifferent, they had these like the light and the innocence in their eyes. I'm like, it almost does look kind of irresistible to screw that person over, or it looks like, I don't know, a benign person, and how and what to do with that. Since then, after taking that class to like alleviate my fines, and they paid the fines, I got yeah, and I went on with life after that. That was like, I think in Central Bookings in the Bronx. It might have been called Aiming Forward Your Life After Tragedy. And I had to take like 2 classes like that. I'm like, that, like, oh my goodness. But like, we were talking about what to do when people come at you and taking on like a different like position here. Like some of you guys might be wondering how you take on resting bitch face. Like, why do you look soft? And and people are just as confused by that too, because some of you guys still won't put the emotion in your face that people want. Like, I've realized that about people, and I could change my face into something totally different now. Once I get frustrated, I could drop my brow bone, and then it goes from Rihanna to Teyana Taylor. And they're both beautiful women, but it, like, you know what I mean. It has a bit of more bite there. The Rihanna looks like I might, Teyana Taylor look like I will, she looked like she done did it already. She looked like she done punched a few niggas. I'm not gonna lie. I could tell she hit somebody in her relationship. Just like we got apology coming out here in reverse. This is the What's the Vibe tarot card deck. So they want to know if you feel sorry for what you did here. Like if there's some sort of regret, or did you learn your lesson? Some of you guys could have gotten bullied and they felt almost right about getting bullied, or maybe you guys could have like went somewhere and somebody told you not to go there. Maybe you lost something, you stole something, got stolen from you, and it's like somebody is looking for like a I told you so energy here. But like I said, people aren't getting it because I felt like that class was interesting because some people like the class, and to have professionals, I guess, realize, and surprisingly nice cops. That's when I stopped being mad, like at a lot of like detectives. That was the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like Lil Wayne. Like when Lil Wayne said that about like the black cop ignoring them, and then the white cop, he's like, "Are you okay? This is a young man and he shot himself, and you're looking for drugs?" He said to the black cop. I'm like, yo, that's real ish. I'm like, because everybody like else like was against me in that time period just because I was down and out. I'm living in the hood. My mom died. They like treated me like a lot of things were my fault. Like maybe your mother wouldn't have died if she didn't smoke them cigarettes. She would have never got cancer. I'm like, well, right, but like wrong, it's like and gave me the validation of you just went through a lot, and then you probably don't get any remorse. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. ain't no love in the heart of town. I'm like, that's why I'm here. And exactly, I sat there and cried. I broke down and cried because I was like, it is a mixture of things going on. We got exhausted coming out here. Somebody was looking for your emotional exhaustion. Like they wanted you to feel exhausted. They felt like they were going to push you over the edge. But I feel like you guys bounced back because maybe you had good spiritual insight to you. Or you guys, like you have a strong character because you're used to people trying you. And you might be used to people trying you because you guys do have this sunny disposition. Maybe you like to smile a lot. Maybe your head isn't full of mush hair, or you just don't have bad intentions for people. And then it's like, like you don't have bad intentions. When I looked around most of the people, I was like, all right. I'm like, some criminals, they should not get off. I'm like, they started releasing way too many criminals. But when I looked in my set, I'm like, yeah, we're definitely soft people that got effed with, like like, and I had to learn proper social boundaries for that area, and then like but I don't know. Like as an empath, as a light worker, as a star seed, as a person that does not have bad intentions for other people, unfortunately, this could have made you attract flies, a lot of flies with your honey, but now you're learning how to put poison in it, so you could kill the flies off. We got hopeful coming out here in reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are no longer hopeful for you, your return here. It's like, some people could have felt like they didn't have to take your boundaries very seriously. They felt like, there was some reason to excuse them and that, they were hopeful, like if they see you, run into you. And now some people are fully seeing themselves as like a psycho here. Like, like why act in a certain way like that they acted in. It's like a lot of people are just like, I don't know. Like people are becoming stunned at themselves and also stunned at the people who try people. With this exhausted energy coming out here, burned out, burdened, empty here. I feel like a lot of people are exhausted with like prickly people who like try other people. And I do feel like this energy is like shifting in the world here. Like I said, there might be harsher sentences coming in because it's just so many, like, benign. Is that the right word? Benign, benevolent. Benevolent is the good one because malevolent is the bad one. I don't know. There's a lot of people who are not bad in the world trying to just go about having fun and living their lives here. And then a lot of people are getting tired of this like demonic energy, for lack of better terms. Like I wouldn't even say demonic energy. This is like entitled energy. This is like space headed energy. Like, like because I wonder too what make people come after another person, and it's a sense of entitlement. Like, like a sense of entitlement or a sense of pain. I'm like, like, well, especially strangers. Like, what would make you like assess a stranger here and then try to like, like burden a stranger, like, like in any sense of the terms, aka bullies. But yeah, I guess it did start with people doing it to them, but a lot of the world is like, it's no more excuses for that. This is the energy I'm coming out here. Recharge, breathe, let go, and clear your mind is coming out here. A lot of people are seeing you recharge, breathe, clear your mind. You have let go of all of that old ish, but it's almost like instigators that want to pry into your energy. I do feel like this is like, like they're mad, they're confusing themselves and they're hurting their heads and they're exhausting themselves by like maybe making new fake pages. Some of you guys could have been dealing with like a stalker here that just wanted to make you uncomfortable. They were just like addicted to making you uncomfortable. I feel like a lot of you guys got a whole new view of the world, and it could have been something life changing for a lot of you. It could have been something that shook you up. It could have, like I said, a twist of perspective, like, like a nice white cop after black people tried to screw you over. And then you're like, yo, it's like, wait, like, yeah, Like, and Lil Wayne sat there, he was mad. He was as mad as me, as mad as Kevin Gates. I'm like, yo, well, like, yo, I'm like, and then I had to think about it too. I'm like, I'm from Louisiana, my people from Louisiana too. And I went to school in Baton Rouge, just thinking about that incident too, because they all sat there. It was like Black Lives Don't Matter. Like, yo, just like that level of mad, yo, and then sat there, yo, like, yo. And Kevin Gates was like, they talked about me. They talk about me like I'm a dog. And you know what's worse than one nigga? Two of them. I'm like, you know what's worse than one nigga? Five of them outside of the club, and I'm trying to go home, and this guy getting yo. I'm like, that just wild here. But it could have been like, and I've been through so many life changing things, like, thinking about it, and that's the life of a chosen one too. I feel like a lot of you guys been through life changing, shattering things, but you still won't give people that pain, and people are mad about it, like SpongeBob, like when you beating up SpongeBob and he's like because that's just your disposition. You just have a sunny disposition, some of you guys, or you have like a poetic disposition, or you just don't have that evil in you. They're looking for you to sell your soul and then develop bad intentions for others, and the negative people don't even realize that. They're looking at you like, okay, aren't you mad? You had to like go to jail. You ain't even do nothing. I started with you. And it's like, ha ha ha. Like, and you're like, nah, I kind of had a learning experience. You had a learning experience, bitch? That was fun? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't even remember the incident. That's neither here nor there. What I learned was, I'm like, and I met some cool, genuine people. I'm like, yeah. And then people be mad, like, oh my God, mad. Okay, like, yo, mad because they wanted to teach you a lesson, and then you learn it, and then you elevate, and then you get smarter, wiser, stronger, longer, better, faster here. It's like they didn't want you to learn your lesson and move on. They wanted to taint you like how they were tainted, because a lot of these people made the excuse of, well, I was mistreated. Well, somebody bullied me, so I'm bullying other people. They can't believe that you guys were sent there for example to them, that you may defend yourself, but you're not going to come out and bully other people. You got too much things to focus on. They don't understand how your mind maintains that type of positivity. They don't understand how it maintains that type of like, love, that sense of love within you, that sense of like deeper understanding, deeper meaning here. And it just comes from your connection with God. Like they're looking in, like, it's like your connection with universe is always going to heal you. You can see like, and not only that, your fascination with growing and learning here. Like knowledge for you is a treat. So every lesson you learned is like, it's fulfilling to you. It's such a sense that it takes away the pain. A lot of you guys don't have to live also in your past moments, because you just had too many people try to screw you over for you to even focus on one person, for them to even fully get that. It's like, wait, I still got lawsuits I got to file. You like, from the Uber, from the hospital that didn't give me my medication and I was supposed to have it. Because why deny me my diabetic medication just to be a bitch, you nurse? Like, it's like person after person screwing you over. Being screwed over becomes less of a big deal. Like, of course, you chase what you can, but a lot of things you're not letting it rule your mind here. Like, like they're like, how are you chasing such better things? Is you mind please tell me more? Okay, you want to come out? So who are you? Established keep coming out. You guys are coming off as very established right now. So I also feel like people who try to push you around, push you down, they're seeing a lot more in you. Like they're seeing why you don't choose to do like how they do other people hair. They're seeing why you don't choose to like, I don't know. Like you choose to not like, I don't know, like turn into them. Like they're seeing why you treat others right because that's a network here. Maybe these people didn't understand how to network with people. They try to understand how to manipulate people, how to take from people and not give back. A lot of people operate in such ego where a relationship or any connection is about giving without with giving getting and taking with while giving the least that they could give in return. That's how they felt like they were winning here. But now as they see you reasonably, like, build yourself from scratch, become established in honorable ways. I feel like you guys got multiple honorable ways in which you became established. You could have had like multiple jobs. Like I said, this is energy is giving somebody that's becoming golden. Like you guys have been through the fire. So now you guys have emotional clarity, emotional creativity, and whatnot. We got karmics, third parties, haters, lesson learned with the karmics card coming out here underneath exhausted. You got your karmics completely exhausted here, but these karmics are in your energy. And at first, they pushed you out they pushed you away from a karmic pool, thinking, ha ha ha, the collective don't fit in, ha ha ha, the collective, blah, we over here popping champagne, arguing in Miami, and then realized they were in hell. And then you guys are now like by the lake, by the lotus, having such a good time, living your life, and living a good life here too. Um, Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. Somebody wants you to be paranoid. They might be trying to push a sense of paranoia on you. Like they want to figure out a way to stop you from living and enjoying your life. They want to figure out a way to glue your mind down. This person is like a lot of you guys, this is like a toxic stalker, masculine energy. Like, I pray if you have a stalker. A lot of people have been through that. I've been through that. And that shit is so annoying. That's just somebody that's going to always make new pages, hit you up, try to show up where you at, and you just don't want this person. And then you can't even engage because if you do engage, that just feeds it. And then it's like, and then the police don't want to do anything until they actually harm you. That could be like a crazy place to be in. But I feel like you guys, I believe in a lot of magic, and I feel like you guys believe in magic. So I feel like maybe you should see a practitioner or you should use some sort of Reiki for toxic people. It always works for me. The Reiki I use, eventually that person will get just taken out. And I use it from divine white light. It's the same Reiki playing in the background, and that usually just it alleviates it. Even when I do get into incidents, when I got into the incident, I realized too it was because my other speaker had broke, and that wasn't playing. I usually kept that on, but and then I'm like, where's all this drama coming from in my life? And then once I felt it, that's when it was like less drama. I stopped feeling so many like spiritual attacks here. I do recommend that and the subliminals. Um, Love affair, dirty little secret, sex fix, down low coming out here. Yeah, with this sex fix down low here, somebody could have been trying to spread rumors about you, or somebody is lacking hope in having a love affair with you over the rumors that somebody could have spread about you. Somebody could have said that you were loose. They could have said I know you have a lot of people that just say anything about you, and it comes out to the fact that they know that you guys aren't going to do anything because why would you? And these people are feeling funny too because they're like, the collective not going to do nothing. And it's like, who is? Like, just because a crazy person is saying anything to you, especially when it's a stranger. Like, ain't nobody gonna engage in strangers trying to like provoke them here. And you're corny for even trying to provoke somebody and bring their day down. Well, I don't think that she should be wearing that. And it's like based off of entitlement. Because why do you feel entitled to a sense of somebody's wardrobe? Why do you feel entitled to people's spaces? It's like a lot of acts that are committed on others, even bullying. It's like a high amount of narcissism and entitlement. The people like maybe people thinking about how to nicely tell you how to change your vibe on your platform here. I just don't think I'm like, oh my God, why you feel like the whole world revolves around you. And then it's not even just that. It's like, you're open, you can leave. You could go find somewhere where you're at. Why are you trying to well, I like hurting people who don't do things and then you gotta think about how sick you are. I could almost understand somebody who trolls like just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Divine, please tell me more. Epiphany, self reflection, answered questions, untapped talent with the Epiphany card coming out here. Epiphany is coming out under recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind here with the Epiphany. Yeah, a lot of people are having an epiphany that your mind is clear, you're recharged, you seem to let all of that old drama go. I'm gonna see what's more about this Epiphany card here. Divine, please tell me more. We got smell the roses, slow down, take some you time, get out in nature, smell the roses here. Some of you guys, this is evil eye you're getting from another feminine energy. I said toxic masculine, but some feminine is trying to send a toxic masculine towards you through like watching you, stalking you, trying to take your energy and hoping you pass away so that they could be you. They don't want to be themselves. They feel like you guys have a better life, a better learning thing here. So they're praying that something happens to you so that they could be you. Like they don't think like how you think here. You might see a lot of weird people, like maybe from different places you're on, taking on like you-ness here. I'm like, it's so weird, like how many people stole like my old social media bios. I'm like, why do you have my old bio? I'm like, why do you have my old screen name? What's going on here? Like a lot of you guys, like you might notice things like that. There's people who want to take on your vibe and they're hoping like something happens to you so that they could like be you. That's the energy. But nothing's going to happen to you, though you guys might feel this energy. And this person looking up this dark magic is going to backfire on them. They just like they feel so, I don't know, sad. They're not happy where they're at after pushing you away, maybe pushing you out, and then now suddenly what you're eating in life looks a whole lot better. What you're eating, what you're doing in life looks a whole lot better. Not bullying people looks a whole lot better. Not trying to manipulate them looks a whole lot better. This energy is of a person that desires a completely brand new reset here. It's like, it's like a complete reset this person wants and whatnot. Would smell the roses. Slow down, take some you time, get out in nature. And this is coming out under Smell the Roses. Get out in nature, do some you time here. Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. We got stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen coming out here. Yes, somebody is frozen. They're stuck. They don't know any way maybe to make money outside of maybe these love affairs, or like they could be very beautiful and they could be getting money from men and like maybe into like I don't know, OF or like sugar dating. Maybe they don't even have to do OF. Maybe they sugar babies or something, but like they rely on other people for money. and they don't have much talent or skill or just passion in general. Somebody is realizing that, though, they're not realizing, but what they're gonna realize is that they're never going to be able to be you until they find what their true passion is. Some of these people felt like, oh, I look better than the collective, so I'm a lie. I'm a lie. I'm gonna spread rumors. I'm a yeah, I'm a lie. I'm gonna spread rumors. I'm gonna do this and whatnot, so I could like damage them, like amongst the sugar community or whatever is going on there. Whole time you then walked into the art building, you started learning how to tattoo. Maybe you started doing esthetician, and you started doing waxes and whatnot. Maybe you started doing tarot card readings. You'd be a tarot card reader coming out here. And this person feels stagnant. They feel stuck on the in between. It's they're like, because part of them got some sort of like ego boost off of feeling better than you. But like now this ego boost is fading now that you're more than them, and they want your energy, but they can't take on your energy. Like that's too much. Like, what you've been through is too much. They can't take on that type of energy. And then also still be like your balanced self. Like, like they can't embody that feminine energy. See, yeah, your gentleness is what people crave too. Like you have such a gentle sternness, but it's like a power to you. Like people don't understand your power. Like, and somebody's saying that too. They like you come around and you change everything. Somebody wants to bow down to you and your power because everybody want to be like you. It's like, like everybody is like, they align to you because of your love and your passion for what you do here, or people don't even know what it is. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys are just supposed to bring in the new world order. Like I like pretty much point blank gentleness, nurturing, mothering energy is coming out here. Yeah, you guys are gentle, you're nurturing, you're very mothering. You guys have, I don't know, good energy to you. Divine, please tell me more. We got thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions coming out here under established. Somebody is like established, but it's not going to last for long because they got a lot of bad addictions. They got a lot of addictions, they're continuous cycles here. I feel like this could have been something that somebody said about you. They're like, okay, this person is established now, but they're not going to be able to maintain that lifestyle because they're gonna have addictions. They could have lied. They could have said you did coke. They could have said you did this. That I make so many off-brand jokes about everything. There's so many rumors spread about me that I just laugh at them. And the people I know truly laugh too because they be like, "Yo, you remember that coke joke? Yo, niggas really think you a crackhead." I'm like, I'm gonna die laughing. I'm like, I'm like, I was talking about. I'm like, then I refuse to explain myself. I'm like, you don't get it, you don't get it. I ain't explaining nothing. I'm gonna joke even harder, make you think I'm crazy. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addiction. Somebody could have said that about you, like you won't be established for long. And with this coming out under the apology card in reverse, they're like, as soon as the collective fall apart, or that job don't last, or they do this because of their attitude, they're gonna do this, do that, da 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 da. They're gonna make bad decisions and they're gonna end up right back with me again. And this person almost truly believed that you guys could have almost started to believe it too. You could have felt like you were gonna self-sabotage, but that's not the case here. Push any of those thoughts out of your mind. I'm here to help you rebuke that thoughts. You will not self-sabotage on this next move. You will not self-sabotage. You will not self-sabotage. You will accept love. You know you're deserving of love. You know you're deserving of kindness. You know you're deserving of a high income. All of the money, I hope it flows to you, stays with you, and keeps producing more and more money. I hope your passion stays with you. I hope you stay protected here. too. You're going to always be protected. I'm not going to say you're, I hope you are protected. You guys are always going to be protected. You're always going to be safe. You're always going to stay established. You already learned every lesson you learned. You built from the ground up, and you're going to keep going up and up and up here, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, if you want to get your body up or your health up. So, yeah, physically, definitely. Divine, please tell me more. We got chaos in reverse. All of the chaos is in reverse. Nobody can, and this is coming out under smell the roses here. So nobody is able to cause you any sort of chaos. Somebody, for some reason, like, like they thought you would be emotional or they don't know. It's like, so how did you feel? Like, it's like, they're very bored. They need to find something to do, but nobody was able to cause you any sort of chaos here. And I feel like if you guys are expecting a chaotic future, it's not going to come. You guys aren't going to be in any sort of chaos. Also, whatever your decision you're making, don't listen to the first person you talk to. I always say that. I'm like, yo, get like at least if you're looking for a lawyer, get like three, talk to like three law firms, talk to like three babysitters, talk to like a lot of different people because a lot of people will try to manipulate you, gyp you, and whatnot. I always like, okay, thank you. I'll call you back. And then if anybody is trying to like force an opinion on you right now, don't listen to it. Like, if that, like that's my suspicious note. If you're like, no, I'm telling you, you got to do it this way. And if you don't, then you're going to this, that. No, that's not going to, you can't. You got to come and you got to do this and you got to give me this amount of money. I'm like, you're way too talkative. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to move along from you because, people will try to gyp you and whatnot. So if you got any sort of doubts or somebody tried to put any sort of doubts in your brain or cause you any sort of chaos about what your next move is, don't listen to that. No, they're not right. Yes, you can have what you want. Yes, it is easy. No, it's not as expensive as they said it was going to be. Whatever it is, like that this person tried to do to like get you to stop from smelling the roses here. They unable to do that. Like but this is what somebody. It's energy of maybe a couple of different people that want your life to be in chaos because you guys are all smelling the roses. You're fully recharged. You're, and people are having epiphanies that you guys get to live how you want to live, and that they are not as big of a deal as they thought they were. Like, they're just not that big of a deal. You're not mentally wrapped up in anything like other than good food, maybe your hair and your nails. And if you do look back, it's not with the type of pain that they want it to be. A lot of you guys have learned to transmute and find wisdom in what you've been through. Don't let anybody try to re traumatize you either. Don't let anybody try to convince you that you are unhealed and that, if you were truly healed, you would come back and deal with BS. That's not worth it. We got envy, resentful, competitive, discontent with the envy card coming out here. Yeah, somebody's envious of you. Oh my gosh, they're so envious. We got dirty little secret, sex fix, down low, stagnant. Somebody might be getting like, somebody tried to steal your energy and they're like, I don't want it. Like, because they could try to steal your feminine energy and then they got that energy that can be construed with pushover energy. They wanted that light, that glow in their eyes that will have you in central bookings because people want to fight you, scare you, follow you, don't take your emotions seriously. Like, it's like, like try to F with you, whether you're a man or woman. What up? Like, yeah, it's like, chill. Like, yeah, like, and that's the first time I say that, like, really, because you know how I'm so against men. No, not not all men. but that energy, you know what I mean? Like there's just so many like benevolent people and they just attract people to them. Like they be the first person that a crazy person talks to, like is the chosen one. You be like, please don't come over here. Don't come over here. Oh my God. All right. What did the voices say? Like nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas coming out here under feminine energy. And this is coming out under toxic energy, third party, exhausted. Somebody's exhausted from the nightlife and they want a quiet life. But I feel like this could be that energy that felt like they were sexier than you. Like, like like now they're tired of like the life that they have. Maybe somebody could live in Vegas, they could like you showing people better things to do in life. Like you guys always find something to do or something new to think about, or you're always like with a different group of people, like, doing something and living life and touching life. I feel like a lot of these people could live their lives online here. That's another reason why I'm like, I don't need no Instagram. I'm like, because half of this is just people bragging on each other, trying to post the best vacation pictures. I'm like, and then evidently I went on a trip, not a trip, moved to Europe. I'm like, I'm not Instagramming this just to piss people off. I'm like, but I will Venus RX it. Let's talk to the world. Like, here, like, right. And I'm like, we're not like, it doesn't establish the social connections that you need. Like those true social connections could be on places like Telegram, places like, like YouTube if you want it to be. Like, it's like that's not fulfilling, like this person feels like they're unfulfilled, even if this isn't the nightlife, they're unfulfilled with that just trying to show each other out energy. Your life, it looks tactile, it looks touchable, it looks like you guys like to get out there and put your hands in the mud and garden. You look like somebody that likes to be off your phone unless you're listening to music. You look like somebody that stares at the water, like, the trees, walks along paths, talk to other people, like, in life, like people who you feel intuitively are safe, because you're learning to trust that energy. I learned to trust that energy instead of denying it. Some people, they come up to me, man, woman, whatever, and they give me a tension headache. I'm like, oh my God, I could already feel the tension headache coming towards me. And sometimes it's almost to the point where I want to vomit. I'm like, yo, I'm like, as they get closer, I'm like, because you could already feel them plotting. And then most people, you don't feel nothing. Like, other people, you feel like a twinge of happiness. Like, oh, who is this mother? Like, people come with different energy, like based on their thoughts. And you guys are learning to trust that energy. Like, instead of, because that energy could be the difference between like you staying safe or not, your intuition. You guys choose your intuition over anybody else's comfort always, and the universe is blessing you for that. But yeah, somebody wants a life that's more touchable, like, like their life, they can't really, it doesn't look like it's real people there. It's just people competing. They want like love, narcissistic, yeah, egotistical, opportunist here, fragile, egotistical, opportunist, fragile. A lot of people want something better to do. They want to paint the picture like how you paint the picture. They want to write a story like how you write a story. What's that story writing app? I believe I used to use it. You could write short stories on it. That's another good place for community and stuff, like people who write short stories. I remember I was in the Wombat team when the AI first came out, and like, and talking about AI and stuff, and I didn't even have to have my pictures there. A lot of you guys are thinking about joining those communities, or you're already a part of these things, and this is what people want to know, like how to access something that's real, something that's not based on like, like the BS, the trying to envy harvest off of each other. That's what people do, like on Instagram and ish. They just try to envy harvest, like, oh, I got more followers than this person. oh, this person broke up with their ex. And then I'm like, everybody, it's not even just celebrities like that are like that. Celebrities low key be the realest. They be coming on crying, I lost my contract today. And yay, come on. Well, Kim Kardashian took my kid. And like, yo, I'm like, why are they low key? Like, and then I'm like, I'll look at people from high school. Yeah, I still have my husband's pictures up, but yeah, we're divorced and he cheated with the babysitter. I'm like, why you still got his picture up? Because you don't want people to know that you had a breakup. Like I've met somebody like that, or like even worse, in an abusive relationship. Like, I'm like, why are you still following that person on Instagram? He abused you. Like, like was like break your cycles, please. Like, I'm like, like that just disgusted me how much social media got to people and how it affects like how they treat and interact with people. I felt like you could have felt like that too. Like a lot of your friends are no longer happy for you because now all they want to do is envy harvest. I'm like, why are you no longer happy? Hey, I got a new car. I'm like, oh, I'm happy you got a new car, but they're not looking for happiness. They're looking for like competition here. Like it breeds like envy and competition, like in the most unexpected places. I still have private accounts with nothing on it that I'll look at people creating art, nails, hair. Definitely. I love watching different color braids and styles of braids and stuff like that. And tattoo artists, like, because that's where I found a couple tattoo artists to fix my tattoos after I tattooed myself. Ones that I like here. Family, blood ties, inner circle, family is coming out here. Yeah, somebody maybe this is your family. They want a real life with you rather than a Facebook life. Like you guys have managed to stop and smell the flowers, and at first people were criticizing you for that, like, and they were looking for some sort of pain in you, and now they stopped looking for the pain and they started wanting to admit that you guys are just a good example, like you guys are leading people out of this competitiveness, this darkness, like by example. Like, and even your family. It's like, people like they're like, why did I choose drama when calm is so easy? Like, why would I choose competition when connection is an important thing in life? Like, and there's so many people suffering from this type of sickness, but now I feel like it's alleviating, or at least your distance is making people play with the idea of making their mind and their vibration like you to get the benefits that they think you have, especially if you guys are just having the benefit of having less anxiety and whatnot. But there's somebody here who also like wants to be a family again. This could be someone you had a kid with, or this could be like your family, like your mother, your father, and all of that. Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. We got shattered, broken, nightmares, failures. Yeah, you made somebody feel like a loser. You making a lot of people look at themselves. It's like you guys broke a lot of people and you didn't even try. You broke a lot of people by just succeeding, moving on, and the calm and happiness that you have in your life and doing you. And like, like you guys can have neighbors that you talk to and they gardening and whatnot. And instead of neighbors that you beef with, you got neighbors, hey, how you doing? Oh, you new here? Like, yeah, come, want to eat some burgers? Like, where you guys have long conversations through the fence, or this is like coming in for you because this is what you wanted. If a lot of you guys prayed to God, like, and you were in that much pain and whatnot, even if you didn't ask for it, God knows you need real love. You need real connection in your life and not fake connection here. There's some people who failed to be a family to you with this coming out underneath the chaos in reverse. You could have had to leave your family to reverse the chaos you were feeling. That's pretty a hard decision to make because that's your family here, but they seem to be causing you chaos in life. Maybe because they felt like you were winning, or they felt like your life was a brag because they're so used to like people trying to envy harvest off of them, like, make somebody envious, make them, like, to make themselves feel good. Oh, I can do that too, rather than, oh, that's nice, I like that. But you guys are moving into more people like that. Like, like these people feel corny. They feel pretty much shattered and corny because you guys, normal people and lovable people, are like coming into your life. But don't let these people come in and shatter it for you. Like, because some of these people are still dealing with some subconscious behaviors here. Like, like I know you guys want to be loving, you want to be forgiving, but you just reverse the chaos, in your life. Like, it's okay to set boundaries. Some of you guys are about to set these boundaries by up and moving, up and leaving, and going where you're safe, where you're loved. Maybe like you guys are going to have a life that is beautiful, like a life that's touchable, a life that's lived not just online. Like, I love online to show my art, my tarot readings and stuff, and all of that stuff too. But it's not meant for you to live your life here. Some of these people, they live their lives here. Like, and everything is about, like, even if they don't hardly post there, that's like what they do, like through social media. Like, like a lot of, you guys are going to, maybe you're weaning yourself out of that, and you're truly connecting with people. You guys are still on the internet. You guys, maybe you're still in groups, you're still learning, you're still, like, divine, please tell me more. Divine, please tell me more. We got healing coming out here, self care, introspection, meditation with the healing card here. Yeah, you've healed whatever nightlife you had in you, and you're healing other people. You're not just healing yourself with this healing card here. You're definitely healing others and making them, by honestly shattering them too. Especially if they realize you have a real life, like you guys have a real life, like you guys don't just have an online persona here. It's like, this is energy is now trying to heal from that. Like you got, like, and I don't know, what is this energy? Divine, for some more. Okay, yeah, laughter, happiness, and joy is coming out here. Yeah, you guys are finding joy in like simple things and like daytime things, like regular things to do. But your joy is very inspiring, very soothing, very healing. People want to know how to be you. People feel like they did not tell you enough how inspirational you are. Like, how your energy affected them, like how they still watch you so that they could know what mindset to be in, so that they could succeed, so that they could heal, so that they can move on. A lot of things you've said to people does stick to them, and they think about it. Divine, please tell me more. We got mask, hiding, concealing, deception is coming out here underneath ego and narcissist. Somebody wants to take their mask off, but they don't have anything on underneath here. It's like they feel like if they took off this mask and this wrappings, they would be completely invisible. With the concealing, mask, hiding, is an interesting figure to have for mask. I just noticed that concealing, hiding. And I was talking about how some of these people sell the work. They move them things. Yeah, that's not funny. All right, delay, procrastination, too busy, time here. Um, yeah, I feel like, yeah, this person, they feel like if they give up where they're at now, if they take off their mask and they give up where they're at now and admit that it's not all it cracked up to be, they feel like they would have wasted so much time. They don't want to feel like they wasted time, so they're staying maybe at that bad job and that bad relationship here, but they crave your newness and your happiness. So it's like, this person wants to vent to you about some bullshit that's easy to change. Long story short, you got somebody, well, hey, I don't really like where I'm at, but okay, I have all of this fame or all of this, and okay, these guys pay for me, but then they want me to, like, I don't know, tickle them with feathers and, like, it's like, and I don't really like that. But at first, I liked the ego boost. So these guys paid me, or okay, I'm at this job, and I made it to the top. I stepped on you. I bullied that person, and I'm not gonna apologize because I felt like you had to step it up too. But I don't really like it because, like, the manager is bullying me now because nobody else is around. They're on a power trip. And it's like, it's like everybody trying to bully each other or play bare minimum when it comes to interactions here. It's like a lot of people, you opened a lot of eyes. You got some people crying here. Like, it's like, somebody, I don't know, especially if you moved on. Like I said, these could be people who are online and they fail to realize that that's not real. So they got like a false sense of connection. It's like, I thought you were cool. I thought we were cool. Like, like I met you in like the gaming chat or something like that, and I thought we were friends. And then you moved on from that whole thing and whatnot. Like, and this, they don't realize, like, I don't know. Like you're not obligated to continue any relationships from the past just because these people feel like they had some sort of relationship to you. So it's going back to that energy of somebody wanting you to explain yourself because they felt a certain connection with you that just isn't, it's not real divine system anymore. Yeah, somebody is receiving a lot of tension. They're very stressed out about being shattered and their envy and everything that's going on. Somebody got a tension headache and migraines and worry all because of your life and your life being happier, better, bigger. Like, they could truly see God's favoritism over you. And that's another way to know that you're protected here. I feel like the divine is just letting you be aware that you got some people who aren't so happy for you, but you're protected, you're safe. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, closeness in reverse. And this is coming out under family ties and chaos here. So yeah, somebody's, you don't need to get too close with these people. You can set boundaries. Some of you guys are curious to talk to your family again, but I feel like you'll never have that sense of intimacy with them again. This is what people are feeling like. Like, you'll never be that intimate with them. You'll never, like, it's like, mm-mm. I feel like that's it, you guys. I hope you have a good day, night, evening. Whenever you're catching this live, I think tomorrow live is going to be a love reading if I don't post it in the daytime, because I want to tap back into that love energy.